So you know how most girls, especially content creators who live in Korea, have like a super beautiful view, city view with like the Namsan Tower in the back? This is my view. Just straight into some other office towels and what's about to be another office towel right next to it. But we're actually not going to this construction site today. We're going to this one.
Okay, let it be known. I'm working hard when I ain't on the phone. This ain't a hoe, this ain't a foe. Grind never stopping, I'm keeping it cold. Unlocking the door with the...
This is Area 092, an actual construction site turned cafe. The owners of this building are actually renovating it for something else, but during the winter they had to halt construction because apparently you can't pour concrete in freezing temperatures, which is the reason why the construction zone in front of our house has just been taunting us all winter. But in the meantime, they decided to open a temporary cafe for only 92 days, which is a big reason for the 092 name. But another layer to the name is that 092 in Korean is actually gongguri, which sounds like gongguri, which is a Korean construction slang for concrete that actually originated in Japan. The outside is pretty unassuming with only a small graffitied wall off to the side to actually guide people into the cafe. The inside is still extremely on theme, but in a pretty cool way in my opinion. There's quite a few little separate rooms in here that are really cool and themed. There's even this one that says the sketch room where you can go and draw. Everything is just exposed concrete with signage and caution tape everywhere. The menu is actually on a little caution sign too, and it tells you how many days the cafe has been open so far, which I thought was pretty cute because it was kind of reminiscent of those signs that they use on job sites that say this many days without a workplace injury. All of the drinks that they serve are also very on brand. They even have a gongguri latte, and they call the dessert bars that they serve their long bricks. There's also a really old coffee vending machine that works and you're welcome to use. After ordering, we noticed a little step stool leading to a staircase, and that's when we discovered that the cafe actually has a second floor too. I didn't expect them to have a second floor, but there's actually some half-finished stairs on the inside, but because of that, they have signs on the outside telling you how to actually get there. It's just around the corner. So let's check that out, see if we want to sit up here. The second floor is absolutely massive and has most of the seating and was even more decorated than the first floor was with props that were actually used in the renovation of the building. The tables are all comprised of common plastic fold-out chairs that you would kind of find on job sites and big wooden working tables. The table that we're sitting at literally has a sign that says "Watch your shin" because there's a bar that we keep banging on. The self-service water is on this like stairway on a jank table. So a lot of Korean cafes lately have enjoyed stripping buildings down to embrace a more industrial, raw vibe. And this, along with a lot of the other cafe trends that are going on right now, have kind of turned into a meme because of how outlandish they're getting as they sort of compete with each other. There's this video that went viral recently showing what Korean cafes will look like in 10 years, and it's kind of just like a comedy, satirical video. And so what it is just this tiny, dusty, musty construction site that literally doesn't have any tables. The menus are all handwritten, which is an actual trend going on here. And then they bring out this coffee that's just like covered in dirt and ashes, and there's like a cigarette butt on it, and they call it dirty plating, which again is also like a very real trend here. And so 092, who actually saw that video, turned that sort of concept into a reality. Dirty plating. Chris was like, the good part about here is that we can just have our stuff all over the table and it looks fine.
They hunk with this.
The tray, and this is like contracts or whatever, right? You have to like sign off on.
When you sign off things, that's what it says here. Like at this rate, we're gonna be drinking coffee in a construction site.
Oh, it says that there? They really are playing into the joke. We ordered a lotus latte and a mugwort latte. Chris did.
I think it's a mixture of mugwort and green tea, perhaps. I might be wrong.
Mugwort green tea latte? Oh. Why did I think it was a good idea to try that without a straw?
Here.
Thank you. Okay, let's try again. It's pretty good. Oh, the coffee's actually good. I'm gonna try this now too. They're both actually really good. The coffee in this is really smooth and fragrant, and it's not as sweet as it looks, which I'm glad. And the mugwort latte is very matcha-y. I barely even taste the mugwort, which is good for Chris, but I would prefer more mugwort. Oh, okay. It's good? This is a yakgwa bar that we're trying. They have a bunch of different bars, but we got the Korean confectionery yakgwa flavor. It's actually really good. Try some. I know I've spoken many times about how cafes in Korea have to either be really trendy or almost borderline gimmicky to stay relevant, but I actually find this cafe really cute, even though some people might find it ridiculous. Obviously, another big concern for everyone was safety, but I did see that they had official checks and inspections before opening a cafe here, which I kind of figured. You can't just open a cafe anywhere, but they also take the extra measure of making sure that any bits used in construction are cleared away so that people and animals stay safe. They're very dog friendly. There's a little sign out front that says that all creatures are allowed, so it's definitely safe and clean. There actually used to be a really big scaffolding out front that they were using during construction, and they had it inspected as well and made sure that it was safe and like structurally sound, but people in the neighborhood kept calling, complaining about it or asking if everything's okay, because it seems like people are running a cafe out of this construction zone. There's like this big scaffolding outside. Is that okay? So even though it was technically safe, they still decided to take it down just to put everybody at ease. So the facade is a little bit more plain now, which is a bummer just looks wise, but I do think it's nice that they were trying to consider everybody. So this is their little outdoor terrace area where you can also spray paint if you want to. If you ask the counter, they'll give you a can to use. So all of these have been decorated by visitors. But even if you don't, it's just a super cute photo spot. They have a fire going to keep warm, which is super cute, but I think I am gonna have Chris get some spray paint because that's so fun.
So I asked for the spray paint, but they said at nighttime they turn on that fire pit.
Right.
And it's too dangerous.
Ah, with like the fumes, so they don't do it at night.
Yeah, they're just trying to be safe.
It's okay. I was worried about our outfits anyway. Well, should we take some photos?
Yeah.
Chris is feeling the music here. I know that social media and a lot of advancements that the younger generation grew up with plays a big role in their need for constantly experiencing new things. Chris was also telling me about something that he read that theorized that Y2K or like vintage themes come from wanting to experience new things. Looking to the past is one way to do that, which I think is really cool, but I also think that the rate at which we consume new things and are constantly wanting to experience new things kind of creates low quality output at times. So that's why with cafes, there's a fine line between being unique and just being gimmicky if you're not intentional enough with your concept. But I found this cafe to be pretty unique and fun, and I think it's partially because they don't take themselves too seriously and made it knowing that it would be sort of ridiculous. But again, just let me know what you think. I hope that you enjoyed coming along for the ride, and I'll talk to you later.